Funding is provided by a grant from New York State Senator Catherine M. Young, representing Western New York's 57th District with a local office in Olean. Funding is provided by a grant from Absolute Care of Westfield, committed to returning the favor to those who spent a lifetime caring for others. Absolute Care is located at 26 Cass Street in Westfield. Dave Cass and Rick Newell provide funding on behalf of the Lakeview Hotel and Restaurant at the Docks, located on Water Street near the lake in Mayville. From the Access Channel 5 television studio in Mayville, it's Senior Report with Reed Powers. Join us live Saturday mornings between 9 and 10 a.m. in Fredonia, Mayville, and Silver Creek. Call in and share a thought or wish someone a happy birthday with Chautauqua County's only live on-air senior program. Reed continues in his 15th year with interesting guests expressing their viewpoints and informing the community on a variety of subjects. Here's the host of the show, Reed Powers.
And good morning. What a beautiful day we have here in Chautauqua County. There's a little bit of a feather or two falling down. It's not bad. The ice is pretty much melted, the snow's down, and what a winter we've had, though. The ice castle is still up and running, although it's a little bit leaky. Don't forget, get over there and have some fun today and tomorrow. I think it's on tomorrow, too, isn't it? Have a lot of fun. They have food, they have music, they have games, they have all kinds of fun, and they even have fooling around, so get over there and have some fun. Fireworks, too. What day is the fireworks? Probably today. Saturday, you'll see the fireworks then. That's probably the end of the line then. I don't think much is going to happen Sunday then, right?
I'm not sure what the program is.
Somebody let me know, okay? One of my viewers call me in. All right, anyway, get over there today. Today is the 19th of February. Remember that you people who may be picking this up later, thousands and millions and ever and online, do remember that if you call in any other day, no one will answer the phone. Over here, anyway. 219. Don't go down any other day. You know, you can catch this on YouTube anytime you want to watch it. When you get, and I'll give you a copy so that when you get old and gray, you can sit there and look at yourself. You know? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the world is on fire. We've got wars going on all over the place. We got thousands and tens of thousands, 50,000, 100,000 troops in Korea and all over the world. And we have two armies fighting. Huge armies in the Middle East. They say Iraq, they're only there when they're needed, which is a lot, I guess. And in Afghanistan, he's pumped up. He's doubled the number of troops there, Obama. And, of course, it's a tragedy. It's costing us trillions of dollars, and we are getting nowhere at all. We will end up just like Vietnam, walking away, and the adversaries will take over immediately and probably behead everybody we put in power. That's the way it works out there in the Middle East. However, there is a glimmer of hope. There are thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of people who are massing and rebelling and demonstrating and demanding they have some sort of changes in the government. The governments there are stealing all the money and leaving the people impoverished. There's unemployment. Half the people are unemployed. The kids are, you know, in many of these countries, half the population is under 25 or 30. They're young. And they have no jobs, and the jobs that are paying don't pay a living wage. Inflation is rampant. They're really hurting, just like the senior citizens in this country who are not getting a COLA and are being starved by inflation. So they're massing and demonstrating. And, of course, what do? The first step is they bring up the soldiers and the army, and they start killing them. They shoot at them and gas them and bomb them, whatever they have. That doesn't work, so then they figure, well, we're killing our own mothers and fathers and children, for God's sake. What are we doing? So then the army moves out, and the demonstrations go on and on and on, and eventually the government will make some sort of conciliatory moves. They have a Let's Pretend program. I won't run the next time. The same government. Oh, we'll dismiss the legislatures and have new legislators. It doesn't mean anything. They want change. They want change. Let's hope that there is some sort of democracy and change in the Middle East after all. Right now, they think they got something in Egypt, but again, the military is in charge. The military was in charge before. Mubarak was a military leader, and so were the last 3 presidents before him. So I'm not so certain we're going to get a massive change anywhere, but let's see. Let's hope there's hope out there. There's a glimmer of hope. I want to mention the fact that the draconian state cuts that are coming up are unbelievable. Of course, in Wisconsin, they decided, I guess they decided to do away with the union power. And they're cutting all the teachers' salaries. People who have worked all their lives and who've had to go to education for 5, 6, 7 years to teach and who are doing a good job, they're cutting draconian salary cuts on everybody. Well, not much of a salary cut, but we're taking away a chunk of your health insurance. We always paid that. Now we're going to take the part of that away. And of course, you know, that's a camel's nose in the tent. Next week, it'll be a bigger chunk, and the following year, it'll be a bigger chunk, and that's the way it goes. They're taking away their retirement. So when they're old and gray and unable to work, they don't have anything, especially since Social Security has been basically taken away, stolen by the Congresses over the years. There should be an $8 trillion trust fund from the Social Security extras that have been coming in. They spend it every year, and so they robbed the trust fund, $8 trillion at least. No Social Security. If there's no Social Security problem, there's a Congress problem. White-collar thievery. All right, guys, enough with that. And we are, incidentally, patriotic Americans. But we will criticize our Congress when they are hurting the senior citizens and the citizens of our country. Okay, who's making money on these wars in Afghanistan, Iraq? The rich and powerful, the people that build the planes, the bombs, the ammunition, the guns, the supply, the gasoline. The people that are building all these munitions are getting rich. You and I, they've taken all our money, and now they are borrowing our children's money. Yeah, let's get out of there. Call your congressman and your United States senators. Okay, enough said. They're cutting school funding on the state level, which means they have cut the taxes on the state level. So now who's going to support the schools? You are. How? Local real estate taxes. Chautauqua County, according to the newspapers, has the highest taxes in the United States. And they just jumped them 9%. There we go. Hey, what are we going to do? The state is cutting back on the aid, and we have there. It's a pass-down part of it. Talk to your county legislatures. We'll have Fred on shortly. Crosscut. He's the guy who's in charge over there now, and Greg. Greg was born in my grandfather's house, great-grandfather's house, Panama. Yeah, my family settled Panama back in the 1800s, beginning of the 1800s. Okay, guys, enough said. That's a comment outside. That has nothing to do with business here. I'm going to take a break right now. We're going to have a public service announcement. This is on the happy side, maybe, for you. Public service announcement number 1. I think. Maybe.
Shortbread, fudgy nut bars. How many trees in the cookie jar? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Go Dad, go Dad.
Take time to be a dad today.
Take time to be a dad. You know, dads are missing from a lot of families, unfortunately. Mom winds up taking care of the kids and doing all the work. Dad deadbeats it off to some other state, and that's the end of Dad. Be there for your children, and if you live with your children, which half the dads do, Take care of them, love them, give them some time. Time is money, but time is love for your children and your spouse. Got a guy here that does the job. He shoots from the hip. He is the doc.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Reed, and good morning to our guests.
Good morning, Doc Hamels.
How are you? Okay, well, you know, this is my third week in this chair, and it's still a big chair to fill after Mort Flexer had retired. And I think about what it is I'm going to talk about from week to week. And I thought today I would base it on something that I was talking about yesterday. I had the opportunity to do a radio show up at WDOE with a colleague of mine, and the topic was basically community action and what's going on in our country today. I pick up the paper, and much like what Reed was saying and echoing a lot of what he's saying was, you know, right now we're looking at things, and things are looking pretty dire, and it's looking worse and worse, and every time we put on the news, something else is getting worse. But I'm going to kind of flip things around a little bit and say, okay, so here we are. We're sitting in Chautauqua County. It's cold. We're looking at the papers, watching the news, and it's pretty depressing out there. But I want to encourage folks that if you are feeling kind of like frustrated, or you're starting to see the handwriting on the wall on some things, your finances, heating bills or whatever, there's help out there. And it's sometimes just a matter of a phone call. Maybe it's talking to a friend or what they're doing out there. And I encourage you not to feel like you're alone in this situation, but there are agencies that are set up to provide some of these services for you to help you maybe pay some of your bills, or provide you with some services that could very well be free of charge. And some of those are like Chautauqua Opportunity, Salvation Army. You've got some folks here that are going to tell you about some services today I think that will be of interest to you. There's a lot of things in Chautauqua County that are right and they're really cool and good for us. And you know, take a look at it, ask around. Don't just sit there at home stewing about it, saying there's nothing I can do and so forth. Reach out a little bit and find out. The other thing I want to say is, in this role that I have here working with the guys at the studio, is I answer the phone. And I really encourage you that if you have a concern about some of the things we talk about here, something I might have said or Reed has said, call us. State what you think. Ask us to bring on perhaps a speaker that might be able to answer some of your questions. This program is for you folks, and we're here to serve you and take advantage of it. So with that, things aren't as bad as it looks. There are people here to help us in Chautauqua County. Have a great day. And if you come out to the Ice Castle, you're going to see someone that looks a little bit like this. That'll be me. I'll have my my ski mask on today. I'm with the Rotary Club, and we're going to be parking folks up at the Quickfill site, right across from the Quickfill by the old train station. So have a great day. Come on out. Enjoy the weather. It's a little brisk right now, but I think by then it'll be great. Back to you,
By the
Reed.
way, are they open Sunday, or is that?
So I saw half-day Sunday, and tonight is the
Half-day
fireworks. Right.
Fireworks
So,
tonight. What time?
dark. I don't know. I don't know all these
About
things.
4 o'clock?
No, I think it's about 8:30, 9 o'clock, somewhere in
Okay,
there.
great.
All right, back to you, Reed.
Thank
Thanks.
you, Doc Hamels. And by the way, Doc, I want to remind you, make sure, well, not you, I guess you're not quite there, but anybody over 65 gets a super break on the STAR part of the school tax. In other words, you'll get most of your tax forgiven because it's illegal anyway. It was the Supreme Court ruled it unconstitutional over 35 years ago, but they didn't put a date in to institute it, and so they still run it. Due haste, all due haste was the term, and there hasn't been due haste yet in New York State, and a lot of states have. Local taxes are not fair and are unconstitutional. The state can pay them, but not the local school tax. But we do get a break. We get the STAR, and seniors, you have to go down every single year with your New York State tax form to your town tax collector, and you make an appointment, call him or her up and tell them, I want to come down, I need the senior STAR. You've got until March 1st to do it this year. Do it before March, okay? That's just a few days. If you haven't done it yet, get on there and do it. If you can't do it, get your daughter, son, friend, family, somebody, do it for you. STAR, March, okay. Now the regular STAR, as I understand it, you don't have to come down every year, but you have to with the senior STAR because it's income related. And if your income fluctuated during the year, you may lose it, gain it, or whatever. March 1st is the deadline. Get it in before March 1st. We have two folks here who are very, very impatient. They know I'm going to talk on and on and on.